What's up guys, and welcome back. Look, a nice day. Anyway, if you saw my last video, you know I'd just about completed the wiring on this. Only thing I had left to do was the charging system. That isn't here yet, but I'm still moving on with other things. So right now I'm finishing up trimming everything up. I've just done around the fridge there, and I'm kind of hovering at the moment. The black doors here, the black door there, the drawer below, this one, and obviously the one that goes on here. I'm not feeling the black at the moment. And yeah, I have been thinking about a similar shade of grey to that. But right now I'm not sure, because I've got black paint, I've got white paint, and I don't have grey. Obviously I can mix the two together, but the black's in aerosol, the whites roll on. So at the moment I am not entirely sure. So when I'm not sure, the best thing to do is make no decision. Well, I have come up with a different idea. I rather like that. Now I just got to figure out how I can do it on these doors here. And I don't know about whether I'll carry it up there or not. Probably won't. But definitely, yeah, possibility on these doors here. Well, there we go then. I must admit, I do like that. Carried the theme on over there as well. If I'd had enough, I would have actually, well, I'm saying I might have taken the that effect off the fridge door and redone it on there, but I didn't, so. But yeah, I like that. The other thing I've done is as well, rather than going with like the pewter goldy screws, I've actually gone with nice silver ones, because I don't know, it hasn't appealed to me that. So kind of make it a a feature, you know. But yeah, so what next? I'm not sure. Don't like the seal around the sink. It does compress down, but don't like it. I think it's ugly. So I will be searching for another seal for there. I think what I'm going to do. It's getting on now. It's about 7 o'clock at night. So I think I'm going to pack up for now. And then tomorrow, I think I might concentrate on doing these countertops, get them all finished off. And once they are done, then I can go ahead, I can get the stove installed. Like I say, I want a new seal for the sink, so I won't install that tomorrow, but yeah, I should be able to get a good way and get pretty close to this thing being finished. I know, I didn't think it was ever going to. I thought dust in the air. I didn't think this was ever going to come to an end, but yeah. Still got to get a curtain rail for up above here though, but and I need to figure out a blind for over there. But all in all, I'm really happy with how this has come together. Yeah. Before I forget, something I have done is this is going to be the new top for the sink. I'll take that hinge out and I'll put a couple of little stainless steel ones in. But yeah, haven't cut it out. Just realised that my jigsaw and my circular saw are both in the back of the Astra, and my buddy Andy's got a lend of that today and tomorrow. So yeah, that'll have to wait a couple of days, but I will get to it. Yeah, that's right, I'm interrupting this video so I can plug my merch store. Obviously you're going to find all the usual stuff, mugs, shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, you name it. everything is designed by myself, so it does kind of reflect my own tastes, but hopefully you will find something there that you like. Now, this is a print-on-demand store, which means I don't actually carry stock myself. And I've done this for a couple of reasons. One, I really don't have storage, but the main reason is it allows me to offer items in North America and in Europe. So for example, if you buy this in the UK, it will be printed within Europe and you will just pay local shipping. Same goes for United States and Canada. Anyway, that's enough of me plugging my stuff. Go and take a look, you never know, you might find something you like. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Well, as you can see, I've been busy. I haven't gone too deep on it. I've left some of the brown because I've been having a play around with a few bits and pieces, and I think I might get a really nice effect out of this. So I am actually going to leave this like this. It all has to be wiped down, and then if I go in with a Jacobean finish, I think I'm going to get exactly what I'm looking for. It'll make it a lot greyer, if that makes sense. Anyway, I need to wipe all this down, basically get rid of all the dust out of here, and then we'll take it from there. This is not giving the effect that I was hoping for. Yeah. I'll let it dry, I'll give it another coat, and then we'll take it from there. Well, we have a second coat on and I'm still not overly fond of it. I didn't realise this when I bought it, but it's water based, and oh god, I don't like water based varnishes. I know they can give a nice finish, but they work differently. I'm not getting the effect that I was wanting, and I think all I can do is just layer it up. It is starting to darken down now, but I'll layer it up, see what that turns out like. I may get what I'm looking for, I might not. So all we can do is just wait and see. Coat number 3. Yeah, still not 100% happy. It's getting closer, but it's proving to be a lot more work than if I'd used solvent. Oh well, that's what I've got for the moment. I'll just keep plugging away at it. Meanwhile, I'm making a cover for the sink. Earlier in this video, I think I mentioned it anyway, the glass lid for the sink. I put this cabinet in lower than I'd originally measured, and couldn't open the lid on the sink, so it's going to have like a hinged lid thing, so it'll work all right, it'll be fine. And yeah, then just doing a few other bits and pieces, just getting things tidied and sorted out and what have you. So yeah, so I was in the process of making a cover for the sink, and I guess get out of the wind. So yeah, I was making a cover for the sink of one that folded, but I just had a moment of clarity. I think there's a one in the old caravan, the one that I was using for bits. So I'm going to go take a look and see what we've got in there. Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was. Yeah. Oh well, it was a good idea. Well, I'm giving it one more coat, and I'm going to leave this now overnight. Yeah, it's getting there. It's not quite what I wanted, but you know, it's how it works out sometimes. So I'm just going to leave this overnight to dry, and and then come back to it tomorrow with a fresh set of eyes and just see how I feel on it then. But yeah, like I say, it's better than it was. So, you know, it's pulled a lot of that orange out, which I really, really wanted. And it does have a bit of a... I'll, I do like aged effect, countertop surfaces, etc., furniture, what have you. I just like that old looking, used, whatever you call it. I know there's a term for it. I don't remember what it is right now. But so anyway, I'm going to leave this as it is. And then if I'm happy with it tomorrow, the stove will go in and the sink will go in. Well, it's morning. Let's go and take a look at that countertop, see what I think about it. Well, I don't dislike it. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but you know, I do kind of like it. It looks okay. It yeah, I do. I like it. So that means I can now start putting everything in, except the sink, because I just remembered I don't like the seal on it, so I need to find a different seal to go around the lip of it. I'm going to have a look around here. I did have some various types of different thickness seals that are just for different projects over the years. I'm going to have a look, see what I've got, but I think it might be a trip into town, and I'll probably just go with some of that like stick on, it's like a felty, rubbery kind of stuff, but at the very least I can get this and get all the trim permanently fitted, and I can get the stove in and connected. So without further ado, let's start doing. Okay, so sink cover is coming along nicely. I've got to put a couple of hinges on here, and the idea is that you'll be able to lift it up and it'll basically fold. So that should work. So I am almost ready to put the stove in, but one thing I have done is put the stove vent in right underneath it. So so that's there, and this cover will basically go over the top like that. This is one thing that I have noticed several times with camper van builds, lack of ventilation to the stove. Now, it could be argued that there's enough ventilation in most vans, they're not sealed up that tightly, but I still like to have an actual exterior vent very close to where the stove is located. Either that, or I like to run a vent tube up through the van and into the cabinet below the stove. Carbon monoxide poisoning isn't funny, so you know, I'd rather be safe than dead, basically. It simply comes down to that. Well, we're just having a test fitting there. Yeah, everything's looking good. This hasn't got the hinge on yet, but that will basically hinge up like that, and that will fold down like that, and it'll just pull back out. Obviously it's not, it still needs to be adjusted and everything just yet, but yeah, it's working good and looking good. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Only thing I wished is, I wish the sink had been the same colour as the stove top, but you know it isn't, so it is what it is. But there's a trim piece to go along the back here. The stove will actually come forward about there, that's where the stove will sit. And everything want to stick to things when you're trying to pick them up with one hand. Anyway, that will go in there like that. Yeah, looking good. And then there's a little piece that goes up there, and of course the big piece that goes along the back there. Yeah, overall, very, very happy with how this is turning out. Yeah, well, still got a glass plate over there for the moment. I might actually stick it over there as like a cutting board. I don't know yet. It's but I just put it there for the moment. But we now have the charging unit, and I may as well go ahead and install that. Then that is the wiring complete, and all I'm left to do on that then is a test on the 240. I've checked all the 12 volt, did that. I don't remember whether it was earlier in this video or I think it was what would be the previous video where I'm actually doing the wiring. Obviously this is all shot kind of concurrently. I'm also jumping back and forth between this and working on the Jeep in the other workshop. So that's why these videos are kind of back and forth, etc. But let's get this charger installed, and then I can just call it a day with the wiring, get everything wrapped up, and then yeah, so let's get on with it. Wow. There we go. Now I do have to fix this to the cabinet because it's just basically sitting there at the moment. I'm actually holding it in place, but yeah, and of course I need to tidy this wiring up, but it's all there. So it's getting late now. There's a couple of other things I want to do before I finish off tonight. So what I'm going to do is, this needs to be fixed into place. Basically all I'm doing is I've made like little shelves there, and I'm just going to put some glue on the back of it and just bond it into place, and that should hold it there. Then tomorrow I'm going to come in, tidy this wiring up. I do have a cover to go over the back of that power outlet and these switches here, so I'll install that as well tomorrow. Get the rest of this wiring all tidied up, and then we'll get some power over here, plug it in and give it all a test run. Well, I've got a few other bits done that I was going to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to pack it up for tonight. I need that glue in there to dry. I should get the stove installed in the morning. Do have to run into town for a different seal for the sink, and we're just about there. There's a few things to do up in the cabin. I've got the radio system to install correctly. It's just popped in at the moment. I've got the glove box latch to adjust, and I've got the cabling under here to tidy up. Well, it's a new day. I've been into town. Let's open this up. So, I've got a seal for the kitchen sink, that's there. And I've got a couple of replacement fuse holders. One is for these interior lights up here, the other one is for the charger where it connects to the main battery. The link to the auxiliary battery is fused, but I want to put a fuse in the primary battery link as well, so just to be safe. Oh, don't lose that. Let's not lose that. So first things first, let's just empty this out. I think I'll finish off the cable up to the battery first, because I don't really want to be under the van, but I've got to go under the van to do that one, so let me do that first, and then I think I'll probably do the stove next, then the sink, and then we'll get some power over here and test it all. Obviously I know the 12 volts working, but I just want to make sure the 240 is working as well. So yeah, here we go. So I've got the harness made. So I'm blowing up my phone again. Anyway, you may notice there's two cables in there. Reason I've done that is basically just a bit of future proofing in case I want to send anything up to or back from the main battery. So I've just put there's space in there. I've just run that extra cable in, then it's there. Probably never get used, but you know, better doing it now than having to fish it all back out again at some point and try and run a cable through. So yeah, anyway, let's crawl under the van and start installing this. And there we go, all nicely secured up there. That's where that little tab is left. Like I said, just in case I want to add anything, but at the moment probably not, but it's there just in case. So we're back inside now. Just let this aircraft go over because it's loud. Anyway, back inside. Cable's all hooked up. Next step is let's get the stove all connected up and get a gas bottle over here and give it a test run. So, got the pipe connected to the stove. Before I do anything else, what I'm going to do is hook a gas bottle up. I'm going to grab about a squirty bottle somewhere with some soapy water in there, and we're going to pressure test this. What we'll do is, like I say, connect the bottle up and turn the gas on, and then we'll just see if there's any air bubbles here, just to ensure that this is a nice solid seal. Okay, so let's grab a squirty bottle, bit of washing up liquid in there, and gas bottle is connected. Originally had this one connected, but I think this one's almost empty and this one isn't, so we're moving to this one because it'll just give us a, you know, we're not wondering if we actually have a leak or whether there's gas in. There's a little doodle on this side. There we go, that's it. Okay, so basically the idea is we're going to go around every joint in this entire system and just give it a quick squirt. And what we're looking for are bubbles, you know, like somebody's blowing bubbles basically. So that one there looks fine. Let's take a look in here. That one looks fine, but there is a faint whiff of gas in here. There we go, that bottom joint. You've got a very slight leak on it. So we will have to take care of that. Let's just try this one here. That one looks fine. Let's just go and check the interior. Now the other only connection on the system is in the actual interior itself on the stove. So, right. Basically I'm squirting them all down, then we can just have a quick look, see if we can see anything. No, so let me just go and turn that gas off. And so we know which one. There's one joint needs to be tightened up a little, so yeah, just turn that off. Try and turn it off. Just a minute, I can't do it with my right hand, left hand. There we go. So that's turned off now. I'll just leave this open. Let this, there isn't a lot of gas there, but still, I want to play it safe, so I'm going to just leave this open for 10 minutes. Then I'll unscrew that off that bulkhead and double down on the nut, and then we'll come back and try it again. Okay, so now double down on that. fitting. Let's just give it all a squirt again. And we are seeing nothing. Excellent. So we now have that complete, and everything is nicely sealed up there, so we can actually install the stovetop. Well, first test firing of the stove. I can't see a flame, but it is there. You can feel the heat. Fantastic. I'll just turn that off. Excellent. Excellent. First piece of, well actually I was going to say first piece of living equipment in, but it's technically the second because the fridge is in as well. So, right, now that that's in and that's all working, I'm going to have a couple of hours because it is really hot here at the moment and it's just killing me in the van here. There's not an ounce of breeze, so what I'm going to do is have a couple of hours, let it cool down a bit, then I'm going to come back and install the kitchen sink. Well, the sink is just sat in place at the moment, but it is connected up. And there we go. It's checking under there for leaks. Everything is looking good. Yeah. No, we seem to have a leak there. Water's coming out of somewhere. Yeah, I need to take a look at that. I know what that is. When I put that tank in, I had a thing, like a drain to seal up, didn't I? And I bet I've forgotten to seal it. Yeah, it's coming over the top somewhere. Ah, don't tell me that, it's leaking from the... Okay, this is not good because this tank was not leaking in any form, but we seem to have water along this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get under there with some sealer. Where the hell is it coming from though? It's not there. It's on the top of the tank somewhere. Oh, please tell me I've got that pipe put back in properly. I can wait till tomorrow. The pump and everything's obviously working though, so that I'm happy with. But yeah, it's about 7:30 at night, so we're going to leave this to check until tomorrow. Well, it's morning again, and a really nice one at that. So, before I do anything else today, first thing is going to be get this van up, slide under there and have a look, see where that water leak is. I really need to sort that out before I do anything else inside, just in case I've got to do some dismantling. I don't want to get everything bolted in and then have to pull it back out again, but I think I know what's happened. I had to remove the pipe that actually goes into the water container, and I think what I've done is when I've put it back in, I haven't gotten it pushed right in and sealed, so rather than it dumping water into the tank, it's actually dumping it on top of it, and it's just, yeah. So let's get it up, crawl under there and see what we can figure out. Well, got it running there now. Like I thought, it was when I'd actually pushed the pipe back into the tank, I hadn't pushed it all the way, so obviously we've got nothing leaking under there now, which is good. You can hear the pump running there in the tank. Excellent. So I can put this back down on the ground, and then we can now move forward. So, we notice something different. That's right, put a tempered glass panel in here. Main reason is I want to keep heat off this side window, and I think I'm probably going to put something down this back panel as well. I do have some sheets of aluminum kicking about somewhere, but I'm not sure whether they're here at the shop or back home. So I'm going to have to go around and have a look at that, because when I had the gas stove lit, I realised there's maybe just a little bit too much heat getting towards these vinyl tiles. So, you know, gotta be realistic, you know, gotta be safe. So, the other thing that I think I'm going to put in is I do have an extractor fan, which I might just put up here. Mount him kind of up there, you know, something like that anyway. Really like that with a pipe bent and going out through the roof. I don't know, it's just an idea at the moment anyway, so we're going to see how that plays out. And yeah, hold the camera straight, John. So, going to concentrate on that. The other thing I'm going to do today is finish off getting the cabin and everything cleaned out, and just generally just tidy the whole van up. I'm really getting at the point. I've also got to fill under there. I keep forgetting to do that. I see it, then I think, oh, I need to do that, then I forget about it and go off and do something else. So yeah, still need to get that done. But anyway, I'm going to have a look around and see if I can find those aluminum panels. Well, I could not find my sheets of aluminum. Aluminium. They must be back home. But I had a bit of fortune, because I found a load of curtain hooks which fit this curtain rail that I thought I was going to have to change, and that has made me very happy, because these things are just stupidly expensive now, and to get one that I could actually bend and flex, that still needs to be attached up there, by the way, but yeah, to get one that I could actually bend and flex, it was just ridiculously expensive, and I had to buy one like just 8-10 feet long or something like that, and all I need is just enough to cover this doorway. So even though I can't find the panels, that is that's a score. And I thought it was the wind blowing one away. That's a bit of styrofoam. Anyway, I'm going to fix this curtain hook, and then I'll get the curtain up, and then the other one, I was going to put blinds up there, but now that I've put the glass panel up, I should actually be able to put a curtain up there, because the glass panel will protect it from any naked flames or anything like that. So yeah, I'll try it, see what it's like. I still may end up going with a like a Venetian type blind, but we'll see. Well, there we go. It's up there, so let's tuck that back into there for the moment. But hey, yeah, progress. Oh, exterior light is now as such. Obviously, I don't know if you can see that very well in the bright sunlight, but yeah, I've got the exterior light on now. So after a good bit of messing about, this is the idea I've come up with for the extractor fan. It'll sit right there, pipe will go out to the right, to the outside, and it'll have like a base on the front here, so it'll be nicely covered up. Yeah, I think it's going to work fine, that. Yep. So the next step is to actually get it screwed up, this part here anyway, screwed into place. Then I can figure out routing for the pipe and everything, and get that installed, get the hole cut in outside. Now the other thing I'm using, what have I done with it? I misplaced it at the moment, but I've got a flap for the outside. Basically, it'll stop water getting in, but it'll allow the vent to vent. So, I mean, that's it in a nutshell, as they say. Okay, so it's just temporarily there. I'm going to get it connected up from the outside, and then we will take it from there. Well, yeah, don't like doing it like this, but at the end of the day, I don't have a hole saw, so it is what it is. I'll get in with the Dremel and I'll clean all the edges up. Well, here we go again, and I found my panel I was looking for. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell, but it is the next morning. Had some friends around last night, and I just packed up. All just sat around talking bullshit and drinking too much, so you know how that goes. Anyway, yeah. I did test the motor and everything. It's all working as it should. I got the pipe. God, the old knees aren't so good today. Got the pipe work run in, so now I can start bolting all of that up. Because it is basically, it's got one screw and it's just sitting there at the moment, so it's a bit wonky, as they say. But before I do that, I need to find the control switch for it. I had it here. I do not know what I did with it. I thought I'd left it on the counter here. That's the last place I can remember having it. So, first task of the day is to find that. Because, yeah, I need it. I want to actually, rather than just running the power cables directly to the motor, I want to connect that switch up and just be 100% sure that switch was working. It was, but you know sometimes how things, they get put to one side and they lay there for a year or so, and then you come back to them and they're not what they were when you left them. So yeah, I need to find that and just be 100%. Plus I want to put connectors and everything on, so when I get the front panel on, obviously the front panel will go on, the wires will come through, the switch will connect to that. So I want to get the actual wiring sorted out correctly. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me get on with this. Well, found the switch eventually. So you've got low, off, and high. I'm not sure why it's making a rattling sound though. I need to check that just to make sure. I think it's just because it's not screwed in properly. I think it's just, yeah, when I hold it there it goes quieter. Anyway, let's get this all buttoned up, get this screwed in, and then yeah, we're done there. Well, it's in there now. Slow and high. Still doing that vibrating thing, but you know, it works. So you know, it's not like it's going to be running all day. It's just something to keep the stove, just vent the stove. Anyway, I'm hot. It is very warm in here at the moment. I've moved the van around a couple of times, but I just don't seem to be able to get it into a good position where I get a nice through draft. So anyway, let's get on. Well, there we go. That's that corner wall now complete. Curtain is up. I'm still, there may be a blind goes up there. I don't know yet, but yeah, it's there and it's working okay. So actually, a mini blind just there. I don't know. Well, I don't know yet. It's but I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is putting like a panel all the way along there, and it'll just cover the edge of this curtain. But that's still to be, yeah. But overall, though, you know, fan works. and yeah, I'm happy with that. Vent is on outside. I still have to put the rain cover on, but I can do that at another point. So I think what I'm going to do next is we can put this piece of trim in down there now, get that sorted, and yeah, well, trim's now in. I was going to pin it in. I changed my mind, I've actually screwed it in, so I'm going to come along, fill these screw holes, and then they will be painted. So yeah, overall not too bad. Enough said. Yeah. So I guess this is a good place to bring this video to a close. I'm just not going to get anything done on this today. The plan had been to test the electrics. That's what I was wanting to do, and obviously I don't want to be doing it when it's raining. I want to drive for that. Then if there are any problems, I'm not battling, wet conditions. So there you have it. Another few days of getting stuff done. Anyway, hopefully in the next video I'll probably be getting this old girl finished. There's still a few little bits and pieces here and there to do, but yeah, I mean, we're just about there. So excellent. Jeep finished and the Transit finished, all in the space of about a fortnight. Well, that's it for now anyway. You know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe, all of that, and come back and see me sometime. Have a good one.